Welcome to the Dummy Plug Podcast.
Everybody, welcome to the Revolution of Evangelion, the Dummy Plug Podcast, broadcasting live from Anime, Iowa. Cheering. All right, glad to have you guys here. So, what else? I don't know. I don't even know where to go anymore with this.
Hi, I'm Iowa, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm the host, Gainer79, and I lead this goddamn thing. I will say this is a PG-13 panel, people. I'm not going to hold back language. All right, so anyway.
No, Shiloh, shut up.
Damn it. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so a little bit about where we come from, what we do. We represent rebuildofevangelion.org, and we are dedicated to the Evangelion, all the universes, the anime, the manga, the movies, everything that you can think of. Fan art, fan fiction. God damn the fan fiction.
Decisions I regret starting this website.
They like the yaoi.
Mustard. So
Didn't go to Ace, and that ain't going to make any sense, but oh well.
But anyway, you here at Anime Iowa have a very, very special privilege today because this here is the last episode of the Dummy Plug podcast that we were ever recording.
That's it. Canceled.
We're done.
Everybody go home.
We are moving on creatively to another project, which, if you stick around for the whole thing, we will be announcing towards the end. So, enjoy this for what it is. We're going to try our best to make it entertaining. And
It ain't much.
And just really quick, we will have a Q&A section towards the end of this. So if you guys got questions, just kind of hold on to them for there.
Because you haven't heard us talk enough already.
Yeah, except this time we're not just really talking about Ava. We're talking about Anno. And all the wonderful things he does for us.
BRB GoldenEye 007. What? I have to get my shotguns.
No odd job.
No odd job. And I have to get my shotguns.
Odd job is banned. All right. Anyway, so, that's the podcast thing.
Man, look at that nice outdated art.
Hey,
It's going to be outdated. I'm not wrong.
Well, Guyron works hard for us.
Yes, by the way, Guyron, you are amazing. Thank you very much for all your work for us. We appreciate it a lot.
Follow Guyron on DeviantArt. He does the Bleach Happy to Serve You comic, if you haven't seen that. It is amazing. I highly recommend it to anybody who's a fan of Bleach. All right. All right, so first thing we're going to talk about is Anno and what he got right.
That's a lie. He didn't get anything right.
Yeah. So Anno does a couple of things actually right with this series, with Evangelion. He actually crafts the characters really well. They're very human, very relatable, and that's the thing. They're not fantasy characters. They have their flaws. They're meant to be hated. Shinji's a whiny little pain in the butt, but let's face it, who at that age isn't?
Hiro Yui?
What?
Exactly.
I'm not wrong. I've already done this at my Gundam panel. I'm going to do it here too.
Screw you and your Gundam
No,
panel.
I'm completely
Hey,
serious.
that was good.
Yeah, but he hates on Wing, and I can't forgive him for that.
Well, because it's terrible. It was
Thank
good
you.
Back then, but
Thank you.
I hate you.
when you were 10, it was great. When you,
But hey,
grow up.
Anyway.
And also, to be fair, to a point, Anno does a very good job of crafting the characters. Unfortunately, he doesn't get all the way with them like I would want him to, but
Because he's an angsty trainer.
yeah, pretty much.
But so Anno does do that really well. He does build everything really well. There is character development. There's a lot of very interesting interactions between Shinji, between Gendo, between Shinji and Rei, Shinji and Asuka. With Shinji being the centerpiece in most of this. There's also the other interactions between some of the side characters, a lot with like Ritsuko and Misato, Ritsuko and Kaji, and then of course Ritsuko and Gendo. And we all know that's how that ended.
Whoops.
Yeah. By the way,
Marriage in the Bahamas.
I was like, last time we did this, we literally had like 7 people up here for this.
Yeah,
panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shiloh's just looking at me like, what? Yeah, we had literally, because we had me, we had Iowa, we had Asuka.
No, it was 6 people. It was Liz, Gray, or it was Liz, Kamal, me, you, Ray, and we dragged Lester into this, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And I miss all of them right now. All right. The other thing Anno does really, really well with this series is that he creates a lot of mood using musical cues and a lot of just theme building with the music. If you ever notice, like some with the battle scenes, it's very imposing, very just building, and very, like you can just tell something dangerous is imminent, and you just get that nice feel about it. It's like it brings you in and just kind of keeps you there. And then,
if you've ever really studied the music of Eva, which we haven't, but we do know someone who does, and they've done panels about this. He has dissected and analyzed the music in terms of like mood, key selection, style, instruments, things like that, like very well with Eva. And the more I've like listened to him talk about it, and I've seen their presentations, it's very true. The music of Eva, it's not the greatest music in the world, but for what it needs to do, I think it may do the second best job of any series I've ever seen.
Number one being
Bebop.
Yeah, it's hard to compete.
I love Eva for some regards, but Bebop just does things better.
It is hard to compete with perfection.
Never seen it. Never seen it.
I'd say Mushishi's probably number 3 on that one.
All right, now let's get to the fun part.
I'm not done yet. I mean, are we?
Well, with musical cues?
I mean, come on. Misato's apartment theme.
The only thing, well, unfortunately...
Everyone now is thinking that song in their head, and that's the best part about it.
Unfortunately, there are some music choices with Eva that don't make sense.
Like?
Asuka's theme?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like country, twangy, no.
Yeah, I guess.
No.
She's German.
Because Germany is one of the 3 places in the world country music is popular.
But still.
No, I wouldn't. I
think it's like number 1 in Korea, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't equate that for Asuka.
But it's like Texan, southern
somewhere
country, and she's German.
So
it does make sense in that context, but it's creatively it doesn't. I can see where he was going.
Okay. All right. Next thing?
Let's do this.
Okay. Oh yeah, I suppose.
We already
meant to skip through
already
this.
did this.
Some
already
evil
did this.
things.
By the way, hold on to that one. I just want everybody to digest that for a moment.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I would never be able to unsee that.
Yeah, you can never unsee
You're
that.
funny. All right. Next.
So, what Anno got wrong?
Most of the series. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so a lot of plot holes and a lot of shortcomings about Anno.
The Jet Alone episode. I'm never gonna let that one go.
Yeah.
What was the logic behind a walking vulnerable nuclear reactor?
I don't know.
It's mind-boggling. Like, how did the UN let them get away with it? What?
Screw the UN. We have money.
What regulations? It doesn't really seem like anything was regulated on the planet after third impact or second impact.
All right. Well, let's get the first one up here. Plot holes.
Another thing I cannot unsee.
Yeah.
The best anime ever. Watch it all.
What's an Ava? I don't think you need to be in this panel.
Like, this is.
I don't need to be in this panel, and I know what an Ava is.
Wait, hold on. Because we have Love Life here, we have to say what we saw last night on Facebook.
What? Oh God!
So, Evangelion is a Freudian interpretation of Love Life.
Yep. I agree.
You're welcome.
Anyway, let's get to the point here.
Liz, that is for you.
Why do you
Love
let
you.
him speak?
I don't know why I let him
Because
speak.
I'm the one in charge, ergo I get a microphone.
And I do all the work. Anyway, so the plot holes, I mean, let's face it, there's all this religious symbolism, and some of it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Anno just put it in there to make it look cool, and we all know it. Nothing like a good cross explosion, because cross explosions.
And that's the sound of Michael Bay having an orgasm.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that just, it's a lot of psychological stuff that doesn't seem to make sense in any aspect and doesn't really add on to anything or really do anything.
I feel if Anno had been given a little bit more time to work with, perhaps he might have fleshed these out better.
No, then he would change other things which gets to the next point.
Yeah, unfortunately, this cycle just kind of goes upon itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle with Anno.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I had more people for this one. That's why. But
yeah,
anyway.
I want to read down by the creator of Gurren Lagann. That would be interesting.
I hate you in return. for that comment alone.
Spiral.
Anyway, let's move on here.
Let's move on.
Shortcomings of Anno's abilities.
Instead of Gendo.
Yeah. So this was like my main thing when I did this because one of Anno's biggest shortcomings is that he is way too much of a perfectionist, and given more time to work on this series, I think he would have really screwed it up.
Or lost his damn mind.
Yeah, the only reason I think Anno puts out anything, honest to God, is because he has deadlines and money to
And mortgage.
yeah, it's like if it wasn't for the fact that he had to put things out, he probably would never put out anything, or he'd do it like once every other year.
He doesn't have any ties to the anime industry anymore except for Ava. We were discussing this yesterday.
Yeah,
Is that a bad
but
No, it's not a bad thing.
right, well, but again, and then the aforementioned Godzilla stuff, but
Yes.
Godzilla.
yes, but anyway, like Anno, one of the biggest things with Anno though is like because he works too much to perfect everything, he just kind of self-destructs himself. And he really does have a lot of issues with story building. It's just, like, a lot of it just seems to jump a little bit. And
He's on the right track at times, and then he writes himself into spots, and he can't get out of it.
that's true. Yeah,
It's his biggest problem.
right.
Like with Rebuild, I would have honestly, and I've said this for about getting on a year now, I would have preferred if 3.33 had been the first movie, and then just go from there. Like, I don't need 1 and 2 as they are, because those were just wasted in my book.
They were just like recaps.
Yeah, it's recaps with minor differences here and there. If we started with Rebuild, starting at 3, where it's now something completely different, and go from there, and still have 3 movies to go, much better idea.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I could see the purpose of the first movie, and I love the second movie. The third movie, I mean, and I've been debating this with you guys. I mean, it's not my personal favorite of the 3, but
I don't know why you like 2.
I'm an action junkie. What do you want?
You like the Gatling gun?
I love you.
Well, there's one very good reason I like 2, and it's the reason that everybody in this room hates.
No,
Please share.
I don't hate
Mari.
her. There's just
I love Mari.
nothing we know about her.
Everyone likes a good
All,
fairy tale.
all I want with Mari is like
Is a story.
information.
Which is another one of Anno's problems, is he could not figure out how to implement a new character for the life of him.
There's a difference between mysterious, because to imply that she's mysterious implies she has a character as well, and then there's just blank slate. And I feel that Mari is just a blank slate.
But she isn't. She has a smell fetish.
Ooh.
But the problem here is she could be replaced with a cardboard cutout and make no difference in the story functionally.
You know what? At least she pushes Asuka's buttons in 3.0.
Like I said, cardboard cutout with offensive writing on it.
Well, and she uses,
Yeah.
beast mode,
Yeah.
which no one knew
The-
about.
Well,
The best we've gotten for Mari in terms of like exposition is the manga.
oh yeah, the side.
Yeah, by the way, how many of you have read the manga in here?
Wow. Yeah.
Not as many as I would like, but still more than I was
I only
expecting.
did it after I read it.
Yeah, I've yelled at you enough to do it.
Yeah, and he's still complaining about it.
intimidated me into doing
Because I feel that the manga is a really good thing to read if you're an Ava fan. It really,
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
yes, it really is. Thank you.
For those of the people who don't know, the manga for Ava was not done by Anno. It was done by Sadamoto.
Sadamoto.
And you can tell because it's good.
Yeah. That's the thing. It started after the fact, after Ava was done, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, it started before this. No, it started before the show started.
But it was the show was completed, but didn't air yet.
I got it.
Yeah, sure, and it didn't end until last year.
Right.
I got a question. Does anyone know how that? Is there any like press or like open record of how that went? Like, okay, we're gonna write a manga. You're not involved.
I wish.
I'm pretty sure Anno just gave Sadamoto free reign.
They physically duct taped Anno to something to make sure he couldn't do it.
Perfectionism, he would let that happen.
But see, Sadamoto worked so closely with the original series, he kind of had carte blanche.
He's also the character designer, so
Yeah,
he has influence where Anno couldn't.
And then Sadamoto, one of the best things he does that Anno could never do was tie in the manga to the rebuild films, because he brought Mari into the manga.
That was awesome. So great.
No, Mari gets backstory and everything.
Yeah, the exposition for Mari, like, how little we get, is still amazing, and it's exactly what I want. I just want exposition. I just want details about Mari. That's all I want. I don't hate Mari. I don't like Mari. I just want details.
Yep.
That's all I care about.
All right. Should we move to the fun part?
There's a fun part?
Q&A.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So we'll get to the Q&A because
Okay.
this is always the fun part because you guys got the better questions.
Okay, so
Vox has been just dying to
what's
answer
up, Doc?
something.
Okay, I have a hypothetical Freudian, not Freudian, here.
Oh God, if we're doing Freud, I'm out.
Hold on to your pants.
Let me pull my
I'm
stick.
sorry, it's Ava.
True.
The slip happens. Okay, you get 4.4.4, but in exchange, they do a campus apocalypse anime.
Jesus Christ!
No.
I
Yes.
would sacrifice the fourth movie to not have Campus
Exactly.
Apocalypse.
Depends. How much fan service is in it?
It doesn't matter.
None.
It doesn't matter.
Wait.
For those, okay,
No,
hold on.
no.
I know there's some people in here that are looking very confused. Campus Apocalypse is a alternate universe manga within the Evangelion universe.
It actually has nothing to do with it except characters.
Yeah, it is literally. There's the only thing that it has to do with Ava is the fact that they just shoved the characters in there, and that's it. Like this could have been a story done with anything else, and it would have been fine.
It's not even particularly well executed.
No, it's really not.
I can summarize that entire thing in 4 words. Shinji's got a gun.
Yeah,
Mine.
Ava Unit 1 is been relegated to gun status.
Unit 2's a whip.
Does
Yeah.
at least, like,
And Quaru's still, Quaru. But and then there's Ray, who somehow manages to be worse.
I don't remember what Ray's unit is supposed to be.
It doesn't even matter. It's like she's literally like the worst character in that whole thing.
Yeah, if you're a Ray fan, I would not suggest reading Campus Apocalypse because you're going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, Nerve is also a middle school, and Gendo's still a dick. But
They made Ray worse.
like, okay, you know how like Ray shows some emotion and like has some character depth? She is literally the cardboard cutout with a weapon walking around. It is so bad.
It is really bad.
She's
Like,
bland.
I powered through all 4 volumes. Thank God it's only four volumes. It's really, really bad.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to have read that thing and spent money on
Actually, you know what? Here's the worst part. There's an omnibus for it. I've seen it.
it.
It's I don't know. You know what? It's actually at the Barnes & Noble over here. Yeah. So if you want to go burn it, do it.
like, don't buy it first. Don't just light it on fire on the shelf.
Oh yeah, of course.
No. I'm not wasting my money on it. I'll just burn it on the shelf.
All right.
Okay.
More questions. Ask
Okay.
me things.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't even have to be about Ava. I'll take
Shiloh,
it.
I know you're going to ask questions. So who else in
Well,
here?
I'm actually good.
Oh, you're good. Okay. So yeah.
Well,
Yes.
Hi. So, what the fuck was up with the ending? Like,
of the movie or
Um,
of the series.
Which ending? You have to be more specific.
all of the
Big flu.
Oh God.
Okay, so
How do we try to?
I do have one in particular.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with the rebuilds really, but the like kind of so there was the first ending which was all in Shinji's head, and then the one after that which was like the true.
okay. So the original series versus End of Ava. Okay, so
I was like, what was with the space orgasm?
all right.
Yes, that was
So-
space orgasm that they just said. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Anyway, space orgasms aside, so basically what happened was for the original series, they literally ran out of budget to make the damn thing. So they really just decided to let's be psychological as crap about it, but we'll make it all crayon drawings because this is how much money we have. And Anno's like, well, this is the vision I'm going with. Just deal with it.
Evangelion, sponsored by Crayola.
Yeah, exactly. So, but then the fans got upset about it, literally wrote hate mail, and which if you watch End of Evangelion, there's actually like some cutscenes and like a little montage thing, and you see the hate mail that got sent to him. Like they show it on screen. It's actually pretty cool. So what happened was because of all this backlash, Anno's like, okay, well, we got to fix the ending. So they went ahead and made End of Ava, which also brought in a truckload of money, which kicked up the series, and now we're at the rebuilds. But
And now we're sitting in the middle of Iowa discussing this.
I know, right? What the hell's wrong with us?
Many things.
But yeah, so that's really the cut and dry of it. But
Well, I mean, like,
What's actually going on?
yeah.
Shinji's remaking the universe.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's Shinji's attempts at remaking the universe. I think with the End of Ava movie, it's a more concrete version of him redoing it.
Right.
Unfortunately, with the TV show, it's kind of ambiguous as to what has happened because either you can take the viewpoint that Shinji has accepted instrumentality and everyone's congratulating him, or he's rejected it and he's learned the lessons he did in End of Eva and everyone's congratulating him for it.
Right. It's one. Well, yeah. This is the other thing, though, is because during the process of the original series, we do get a glimpse at some alternate universe stuff, which is actually how Shinji Ikari Raising Project, that manga, got spawned. That's the whole Ray running down the street, piece of toast in mouth, typical middle school harem anime stuff. That was one of the possibilities that Shinji came up with during the original series. End of Eva is sort of like if Shinji rejected instrumentality and just was like, this is not the way I want this. And then because of that, we get the end of the world.
Yeah, Shinji recognizes the value in humanity. Even though there is pain, there is also happiness and love. And it's like, it only took you this long to get to this conclusion. Congratulations.
Right. Not to mention that there's the possibility, and we've discussed this because of some other fan theory stuff we've done, where Shinji learns all the secrets of the world, all the knowledge of the world, which in turn leads to him, and if you haven't seen End of Eva, plug your ears right now. Thank you. At the end of this series, at the end of the Evangelion movie, you see Shinji's on the beach choking Asuka out. We've theorized why, and it's really, really gross and disgusting, and I won't mention it here. But long story short, Shinji and Asuka are siblings. Don't worry, we can explain it.
Yeah, we can explain this. Unfortunately,
that's actually possibly the one theory I've never heard.
Yeah.
Really?
Should we discuss?
Would you like us to discuss this?
Want to hear this, then?
I think I've heard every other theory.
All right. No. I'm going to describe this one.
I get part of this.
I know.
I came up with it. Or no, you?
No.
Fight children.
We've had this discussion.
No.
Yes, we have Vox.
Doc
yes,
came up with this.
Oh yeah, that's right. Doc did come up with this.
So here's the basic thing. If you examine the ages of Shinji and Asuka, Shinji's 14, Asuka's 13. If you examine their birth dates, they are about 6 or 7 months apart.
Something like that.
So by the time that Gendo gets Yui knocked up, and she's heavy into Gahern. By that time, so is Kyoko in Germany. Yui would have been about 6 months along in her pregnancy. She'd have to stay at home. Gendo has to go to Germany for business. Yeah, business. He gets Kyoko
and gets her knocked up,
which down the line leads to her problems with her husband and that whole.
Right, she has the marital problems with her husband because she's pregnant with somebody else's child.
Yes.
Right, which is why her husband leaves. She hangs herself, and then. But then we also worked Mari into this because Mari is like the other love child.
You did this. I had nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the basic gist of it.
That's terrible and works way too well.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because it explains why Asuka's mother told Asuka to be better.
Yeah.
Because be better than the girl that your father left me for.
It's Gendo, and everything Gendo does is.
I mean, it's Pimp Daddy. It's Pimp Daddy Gendo.
Speech is do better.
Really is.
Right.
Unfortunately, Gendo is a terrible human.
Because of that, because of these potential events that have happened, and then we get to the end of Eva, Shinji in the hospital with Asuka in the comatose state.
Yeah,
and this is where it gets a little gross. So
we're going to warn people. This is going to venture into very, very gross territory.
This is going to get a little. This is going to get a little bit more PG-13.
Yes.
So if you're not comfortable with what I'm about to say, plug your ears. So during that scene where we all know Shinji
does that thing. That's all I'm going to say.
Shinji makes yogurt with Asuka. But it's not just that. There's also the potential that Shinji raped Asuka because he couldn't come to terms with his own feelings for her. So, got her pregnant. Now because he's gotten Asuka pregnant, and if our theory holds true and she's his sister, he just raped his own sister.
He just did that.
And then when he gains that whole knowledge of the universe thing, he realizes what he's done and just chokes Asuka out.
Well, attempts to choke her out.
Yeah.
And then he
stops. Spindly little weak arms.
Which is what.
You continue choosing to ignore that theory.
That's probably a good idea. See, that's one of those theories where I want to be wrong so badly, because it's just so wrong.
I'm pretty sure Booze was involved when we came up with this.
I think it was you who's involved less than I told it.
Yeah.
Even without the Sleeping Time special, if Shinji and Oscar are siblings, at the end of Ava, the universe basically says, "Okay, Adam, here's your Eve."
Yes.
Dude, that's gross.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
But think about it. In the original Bible, they didn't have parents either.
But isn't there at the end of Endo?
Yes.
The end of
the
EOE.
end, yes.
I hate saying that so much.
I know,
The end of EOE is the best way to go with
So
that.
you have basically Shinji establishing that screw humanity, everybody should. His whole life is based on the hedgehog principle.
Right.
You can't get close because it hurts.
Yeah.
So he establishes at the end that everything should be one, we should all understand each other, we should no longer feel pain,
Right.
and primordial ooze.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he realizes what he did, and goes, crap.
Yeah. I mean,
sort of backs off.
Yeah.
because
it does.
because it's Shinji, and Shinji couldn't commit to doing anything to save his own life.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, that's the character of Shinji.
And then there's two running theories that I've heard at least. That's one, he backs off, and so that undoes instrumentality basically.
So you're like that. He stops it like halfway through, and this is why we're.
Well, he does it, but because he creates it, he is essentially what Gendo was trying to do. He is the god of instrumentality. So when he backs off, it just undoes everything.
Ah,
So
okay.
they all just gradually reappear.
I get you.
There's the second one I've heard that's basically instrumentality is only really temporary to begin with, because there's the mention that with a strong enough personality and a strong enough source of will, you can become yourself again.
Right, which is why, why Asuka forms first.
Why Asuka is the first fucking person there.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, we've talked about that, and it's certainly possible. But then there's also a theory we've ran with before about Ava being a story that repeats, and that this is just simply the end of a certain timeline, and it's going to repeat all over again, which is how we get back to the rebuild films.
Which is, I do not subscribe to this.
Then there's a lovely theory that it's still all in his head.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, until Anno comes out and says something or completes the fourth movie, whichever comes first.
So
in like 20 years when we're all dead.
Choice B is not happening.
Yeah, it's like the Ice Age happens, the polar shift, dogs and cats marrying each other, complete anarchy, that whole thing.
I can see that happening first. It's more reasonable.
Okay.
All right, more questions.
Oh, I thought you were good, Shiloh.
Wait.
No, I want to bring up just the one theory.
What theory?
That Shinji broke the damn universe, and after Third Impact, and they're all circling the drain of a, space-time black hole.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's a fun one too.
Yeah, that's actually,
It would go with them if he can't do anything right.
Yeah.
It is Shinji.
Shinji broke the universe, and now everything's just kind of...
Circling the drain. That's why it's repeating.
It's repeating because it's going to just become... The universe will end.
Eventually.
Yes, it's a slow drain, but it's going to end eventually.
Because he
down,
pulled the
tumbling
plug,
down.
and it's just degrading each cycle.
Shinji can't do anything. It's amazing Shinji can walk and breathe at the same time.
I really like that one because it continues the theme of Shinji's a fucking...
Oh, is that why he's always wearing those headphones?
You're only listening to the same two tracks?
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, more questions.
All right, who else has...
I saw a hand back here, and I know she wanted to ask me something.
Do you think that there's an importance to the character Kaoru and if their relationship was romantic or friendship?
Oh my god, I'm going to get so much trouble for this.
We have had so many arguments over this. Okay, first of all...
The importance of Kaoru.
The manga does explaining Kaoru better.
Yeah.
Or Kaoru, as it
Carl.
Carl! Yeah, the manga does a better job of explaining the relationship between... that does a better job of explaining the relationship between Kaoru and Shinji because it can devote more time to it than the show can. Because the show basically is... He shows up, things happen, he's dead.
Right.
Not very good for building.
Yeah.
The manga gives you more time. It goes into the relationship more between the two of them. I don't. We did an episode on this. What did I say again? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either,
I
but-
don't think it's a romantic relationship between the two of them.
It's one-sided, if nothing else.
Yeah, it's one-sided, and they're both using each other for different goals.
Basically, and this is my opinion, and I'm not sure how well it works out. I mean, Quaru's literal purpose, though, is when he was given orders by Sele to infiltrate Nerve. So he is supposed to try and bring about instrumentality in the name of Sele and do so that they can control it. But he just sort of just goes off the rails and meets Shinji and decides, I don't really want to do this. I just want to protect Shinji's smile.
Well, remember, his angel name is Tabris.
Right.
That is the angel of free will.
I really wish I had Liz here for
So
that one.
that means that despite what he has been told by Sele, he still gives the choice to Shinji. Either you kill me and you save everything, or you let me live and it all goes to hell.
Right.
And it's your choice, Shinji, which is why you have that shot of nothing while Shinji contemplates this, and then Kaoru gets turned into a Pez dispenser.
Right. That too. The other thing with the relationship, though, with Shinji and Quaru is I do feel it's very one-sided, and I feel all the feelings and all the romantic implications are all on Shinji. And the reason being is because Kaworu doesn't really, have any emotions of his own and doesn't understand human emotions.
No.
But anyway,
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, again, to spoil something from the manga, Shinji is out walking around and he finds a kitten, and Shinji's just going to walk away from the kitten and just let it go to its own devices. He finds Kaoru. Kaoru kills the kitten, but he explains it that the cat was going to die anyways. Is it not more merciful to do it this way than to let it starve and suffer?
Yeah. But more to the series stuff, and I didn't read the manga yet.
Go to the dealer's room and buy it.
I read the manga and he hasn't.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Time is a pain in the ass. But anyway, Kaworu represents an ideal for Shinji, where he represents perfection and with no flaw. This is the person Shinji wishes he could be. Which brings about some interesting theories when you get to the rebuild stuff about the nature of Kaworu and rebuild, and I won't spoil that for you if you haven't seen it. But yeah, Kaworu really just represents an ideal for Shinji and everything Shinji wishes he could be, and everything he receives everything he could want from Kaworu: love, attention, caring, all these things that he doesn't get from his father, from the people around him.
Positive reinforcement.
Right. So Shinji just draws on that, and that's kind of the relationship he has. It's a toxic relationship. It's a very bad relationship.
Yeah, it really is.
For all the people who are looking for relationships, it's a lot of give and take.
The best relationship is
Well, how would you categorize it then?
It's one-sided. It's completely one-sided. Kaoru is the only person who's ever 100%.
That's what.
Yeah,
there's
encouraged or
there's a difference between toxic and
right, and
there's a difference.
Yeah.
Even if he was just some guy on the street that just went, "Hey, good morning," Shinji would appreciate that. The rest of his life
I'm writing this because he's been writing them.
Yeah, Shinji is so beaten down and abused that any sort of positivity directed towards him, he latches onto like you wouldn't believe.
Look at Miss Sato.
Oh yeah, let's not even get into that. We have a question back here.
It's related to Kaworu.
Yes.
I just want to make a comment on the differences, because when I was watching Evangelion, the series, I watched the series first, obviously before the movies.
Okay.
And I saw Kaworu on the cover, and he doesn't come in until the second to last episode, and he's only in one episode.
I know.
And I was like, how is he an important character at all? But then I kept seeing stuff about him in the movies, and he's a way bigger part of it.
Right.
And he's a super important plot point.
Yeah.
Whereas in the series, he's more just almost like an angel.
He literally is an angel.
He's just an angel, and that's it. And he's just another angel for Shinji to kill. But it's a very advanced angel that really messes with his mind.
Yeah, original series Kaworu, he's literally in for one episode, but it's really more meant to further Shinji as more so than to build Kaworu. But for like the rebuild films, and Kaworu is a major plot point. It does some major things. He's and for those who haven't seen the rebuild films, go see them. They're all out on DVD up to this point. They're all at Walmart. But yeah, it's animation quality. Forget about it. It's beautiful.
Why do you think that is? Like, why do you think in the rebuild they decided to make Kaworu such an important plot point, whereas in the series he's literally the name for his
You want the literal reason or the fan theory reason?
Oh boy.
both.
Literal reason because fangirls love him. There's really no other point to that. Theoretical reason, though, and this is going back to some really, really big stuff that we talked about before, is the Kaworu that exists in the rebuild universe is Shinji from original series, after having remade the world and becoming his ideal perfection in Kaworu.
That's his. I don't agree with that at all. Nope, not at all. Not at all.
That's,
But that's also because I don't. The thing is that I don't believe in the whole everything. I don't believe in the whole everything's repeating theory.
Yeah.
I believe in there's multiple timelines that all happen in their own kind of microcosms. And yes, he did. Shinji screws up everything, but Rebuild is its own. The original series is its own. So that's just two different Kaworus.
Right.
And Anno's just screwing with us.
Yeah, but although you can't ignore the fact that Kaworu calls Gendo father.
I think we're just being screwed with.
Yeah, we're probably being screwed.
We're just being screwed
with.
with.
This is Anno, and he hates us.
Here's the thing: what movie was that in? Was that in 1 or 2 again?
That was in.
That could just be a call.
Was it?
They were in space when
Okay.
I wasn't sure if it was the end of 1 or the beginning of 2. I couldn't remember.
There's an answer for why he calls him father.
There is.
Oh.
We have a reason.
Bonded with Adam.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! How the fuck did we miss that?
I don't know how I missed it, but that's over.
This is what overanalyzing the series will do to you.
That's the problem. We never
trust
think.
me, I know.
We never think of Occam's razor when it comes to Ava because we think everything's going to be too complicated when the simple solutions are the correct solutions.
God.
Because if there was any deeper meaning to it, 3.33 would have given us something, and it didn't give us because Kaoru and Gendo are in the same building for how many years together, and nothing.
Well, we'll see what happens.
You could also make the argument that we get nothing from Kaoru and Gendo being in the same building so long, because can you name one point where 3.33 did not drop the ball?
Actually, has Gendo bonded with Adam in 3.33? I don't remember.
They didn't even get Adam. They got the key of Nebuchadnezzar or whatever. It wasn't.
You know where it didn't drop the ball?
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I can't say that because I wanted Asuka to punch through that glass.
Big bite.
Big Bosca.
Big Bosca.
Yeah, and she is no longer Asuka in 3.33. I have nicknamed her Big Bosca because that is what she is.
Yeah. Oh, you know where they didn't drop? You know where they didn't drop the ball? They didn't. Misato.
Not even a little. Misato in 3.33 is the best Misato I've ever seen.
Misato
right?
in 3.33
She's
is
so awesome.
M. Bison.
Misato Prime.
I mean, here's the thing. The description of Misato for for 3.33 is Misato has become Gendo. She's so jaded. She's here's the thing. She doesn't.
That's just awesome with Gendo standing
but that's
right
the thing.
there.
She's become so jaded and disenchanted for putting all her faith in Shinji the way she did that it just has completely screwed her.
For so long in 3.33 though that she has this idealized version of what he should be doing.
Yes.
And she expects that of him.
Yep.
Right, but
So suddenly he's back. So he's still the little kid that he is though.
yeah, and it just infuriates her.
Yeah.
Because he's learned nothing.
It's not Gendo. Gendo has the unreasonable, you should be my wife.
Yeah.
You should be my former dead wife that I put into a robot person.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Well.
Yeah.
Actually.
He is a scientist, maybe.
Well, hold on.
Reasons for the things you do that
Actually, hold on. That's the problem. I'm going to spoil that from the manga.
Okay.
I'm spoiling this. Gendo's actually not the one that's responsible for Yui being in the robot. It's Yui responsible for this. Wait, we've been looking at this all wrong. Gendo's not a good person in this series.
No.
But
he's a pimp.
Yui is responsible for everything. Like, Yui is like, in my book, a worse parent than Gendo is.
I agree with that.
Why?
Yeah, like let that sink in, guys. Yui Ikari is the worst parent in the Eva franchise. It's not Gendo, it's Yui.
What?
Yui intentionally put herself in a robot and abandoned her 5-year-old son. How is that not?
At least she tries to atone for it by protecting him.
Was going to absorb her.
How it?
It was Shinji. I want to get
So?
away too.
No, you know who the no. Worst parent in the series. I'm sorry. Worst parent award in this series goes to Asuka's mom.
What? How is she the worst parent?
She just decides, I'm just going to commit suicide. And
She had a
fuck off
complete
this.
and utter psychiatric breakdown. That woman's mind is broken.
Her killing herself is her fault because literally her soul had been sucked out. Hers was a robot, according to canon.
Yeah.
Hers was basically
How did she even get her soul in the Ava if she's hung herself?
the body out, the mind was in there.
Yeah, no, Kyoko is not a bad parent. I'm not even sure what they did with her, and Unit 2 was voluntary.
This
That might
series
have been
doesn't
forced.
explain crap.
No, like Asuka's mother's
For all we
being put in
know,
Unit 2, that might have been
it's a
forced.
setup. She could have already sucked her soul out, and someone could just hung her up for this. Yeah, you'd have to make a soul milkshake, don't you?
Wait, are you two really arguing that was staged over here?
That was the only explanation.
We're trying to figure out how if Asuka's mom hung herself and killed herself, how do they extract her soul to put it in the Ava?
They had already done it.
Exactly.
So they would have staged the suicide with the limp body.
Well, the body can function. It's just running on light.
Yeah, it's
like if you wipe the operating system.
So basically, that would explain the psychiatric breakdown.
That would explain why she has the breakdown. They took away her soul, ergo she has the breakdown.
Wow, that's
So,
fucked
yeah, it's Ava. What do you expect?
I expect continuity.
No, that is the wrong thing.
You're the wrong series, Oni-chan.
Also, I do have a story that I'm going to repeat because there are probably people in here that have not heard this before, and it goes back to part of the one question that our nice audience member had asked, or something she had said about watching the show first,
Yes,
and then watching the movies.
Oh yes.
I am the idiot who, back in 1999, I picked up Death and Rebirth first, and I watched that.
Oh God,
Why would you do that?
No,
He didn't know.
Because
you are the idiot.
yeah, I am the idiot because the box looked cool, and then thank you.
Then you watch the end of it.
And then I watched the end of Ava, and then I watched the original series finally.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah, I know. I completely.
And you wonder why his view of this is all screwed up.
Oh, my view is screwed up. You're no better.
And
But yeah, but it's like.
And his is better.
I watched the original series, Death and Rebirth, End of Ava, then and then the rebuilds.
And you never read the manga.
I'm working on it.
Yep.
Fire on fire.
I've read, but I am the unfortunate soul who read Campus Apocalypse.
So did I.
And then I had
Still die on a fire then.
I read Angelic Days.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
It was not what I thought.
Yes, Angelic Days. If Ava was a shoujo show.
I also. By the way,
And then of course Shinji Ikari Raising
It's
Project.
still going.
actually, hold on. I have another question.
Nothing happening.
How many of you have read that Tony Tamazaki thing that came out with Ava?
What was that thing?
What?
Yeah, is that nobody except you and me, Shiloh?
Yeah.
I skimmed it.
Do not go anywhere near that. That
I
is
skimmed enough to be like
camp. Look, we bag on Campus Apocalypse because it's bad. That was worse. That is a literal insult to Ava.
Wait. What about was that was that Detective Diary?
No, Detective Diary is just like pandering to the Kaoru.
Yeah.
Shinji people.
Yeah. If
This
you're,
one was the one that made the tasteless jokes about Gendo and Ritsuko doing the hanky-panky on Ritsuko's mother's coffin.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's where I noped out.
Wow.
I was skimming, hit that, and was like, I'm going.
Done.
Nope.
Skim,
not
skim,
happening.
skim.
Go
Coffin
on,
sex
go
done.
on.
Walking into a bush full of spider webs on purpose.
Yes.
That's the best way I can describe
That
it.
is
Yeah.
yes, that is perfect. That is
And then there's Detective Diary, which we don't.
Detective Diary is just.
It's
eh.
Do you like the ship Quaru and Shinji? Then this is the
Do
manga
you like
for you.
Pen? Do you like Pen being in charge of a detective agency?
That needs
It makes
to be
no
a
sense, but
Why the fuck would you do that?
And then Kaji's involved somehow.
yo, Kaji and Misato work for Pen, and Kaoru does, and they direct Shinji in, and there's something about a broken vase. Yes.
And then
Hachi and Masato working for Pen is the most logical thing in that whole damn series.
Yeah, you know what? He does have a good
I mean,
point.
in the original series, I mean, Quaru is the Antichrist, or not Quaru,
No, not-
Pen. Pen is. Come on, let's face it. Pen is the only character in the series who's innocent.
He gives zero fucks.
Oh, no, he's not innocent.
He just sits there and drinks. He drinks beer and he's trying to start the Penguin Uprising.
Anything about Pen having a tight blue blood signature?
I think that might be something not canon. I've never seen that. If that
we all know Pen
if that does become canon at some point, though, then I'm going to have more questions.
Quaru. Wait, Pen's an angel.
Something they do in Raising Project, really.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds.
Here's the thing. A lot of people. A lot.
Something from Girlfriend of Steel.
The angel
Ooh. Yeah, I gotta play Girlfriend of Steel.
No,
By the way,
I
a
don't.
lot of people bag on Raising Project. I liked Raising Project. Oh yeah, no, that is the most epic thing in the world.
Okay.
Wait, what was the name of the tetrahedron angel thing?
Rami.
Rami.
How do you still not know
I keep
Rami?
forgetting. I keep forgetting.
Fire in the light.
So for the most epic thing you'll ever see in the world, it's like a virtual reality thing. Gendo gets in there, and by the way, in Shinji in Raising Project, Gendo is super dad, which is unnerving enough as it is.
Best dad.
So no, if there's original series Gendo, what a regular father should be. Shinji Ikari Raising Project Gendo's like way up on the ceiling up there. He is so overprotective of Shinji, it's unbelievable. So he jumps into this virtual reality world to help Shinji out. Ramiel's there just laying waste to everything. Gendo decides, screw this. Falcon punches the angel to bits. It is the most amazing thing I've ever read in my life, and I love it.
Raising Project is probably my favorite interpretation of Gendo because he's drunk, he's super dad, and he's perverted. It's
Oh
funny.
my god! and you know the thing about Raising Project is because it's based on canon, it kind of counts.
As opposed to Nobody Dies, which is a fanfic, but Gendo gets into a fist fight with President Stephen Colbert.
Wait, who wins?
I don't remember.
Darn it!
We win.
Yo, the audience wins. That's what matters.
I prefer the one where they figure out if you drop enough nukes on an angel, it will in fact die.
How many nukes?
How many nukes does that take?
Well,
How many nukes does it take to get to the center of an angel?
like,
One,
there's a lot of
two.
Japan,
They're not actually nukes.
I know they're N2 mines.
No,
Let's-
apparently in this it's actual nukes, not N2 mines.
Yeah, they figure out if you. It's something about the radiation. If you drop enough
you
of
drop
it,
an actual nuke?
Actually, you know what?
Worse?
Yes, also, that just reminded me of something. Anybody in here a wrestling fan?
Used to be.
Somebody in the
Okay.
back is.
Okay, so a few months ago, Matthew, who does Botchamania online, he compared John Cena's attitude adjustment to N2 mines. They're kind of effective, but not really anymore.
I just and that's it Nintendo cracks its believable.
Wait, hold on. Who would win in a fight?
Oh my god, if this turns into a John Cena question, I'm leaving.
Well, get ready to leave. Ava Unit 1 versus John Cena against the odds.
John Cena.
Yeah.
Anybody want to come up here and hit him? I will not look, so I don't have to testify against you.
Vox is coming to hit me with this
Fox,
cane.
hit him with the cane. You too, if you want to hit him. I don't care.
He's the judge. I'm just the prosecutor.
Oh, you're
counts.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
All right.
Oh god, this thing died on me.
Yay!
Shut up!
Pretty sure I hit you with
We got
hockey earlier.
I got 15 minutes left.
Yeah, he
So,
also.
all right,
he also
we
hit the
got
dead
time for
monkey.
more
That was
questions.
So,
Yes.
So, why do they keep? Okay, at the end of Rebuild 2.22, they have that scene, the cut scene for the preview of the next episode, and it's like completely thrown out the window and changed. Why do they keep doing that?
Because
fan service.
Anno likes to screw with us. Also, as I've said before, I'm still disappointed that 3.33 was not the adventures of Donkey, Fuyutsuki, and Gendo. I wanted that so badly. Hey, he told you to do it first.
Excuse me. I can't.
Yes, Gendo.
So, my favorite thing about this show is how much random crap there is. Just to buy that I never
Joking on
want,
Dorito.
But I'm going to buy a Schick Razor tomorrow. So,
Oh my God, yes.
what is y'all's favorite one of this random piece of crap that is just got in
Obviously, and too much.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
like merch.
okay, yeah, the flag's cool.
Random.
Oh, I know, the buckets.
Oh God, the buckets.
The buckets.
Yeah. So for just because we're talking about this, we're talking Ava merchandise, and we actually did a whole thing on this the first time we did this panel.
Yes, we did.
There is some absolutely terrible Ava merchandise out there where it's like it doesn't even make sense, and they just slapped Ava on it to sell it.
Well, duh.
There's these. So basically, they came out with a line of like 5 or 6 buckets that they colored in Ava unit colors, slapped the numbers on them, and said Ava buckets.
By the way,
carry your time.
We have to tell the story of what happened at 2015 at ASEN.
Wait, what happened in 2015 at ASEN?
Let me do this then. All right, so you got me thinking of what happened at ASEN in 2015.
I'm listening.
So George and I, we went to Anime Hell, which is a big deal at ASEN on Friday nights.
Oh my God.
They showed the commercial of Gendo shaving and then ascending to the heavens. Hold on, it gets better. Right as Gendo begins to ascend to the heavens, fire alarm goes off. The universe could not handle Gendo shaving off his beard. If you cause a fire alarm tomorrow...
Yeah, I think... How many times have we had the fire alarm on this panel?
Oh my God!
Last year.
Yeah, last year.
Last year for sure. I think the ASEN before that we did.
Weren't you talking about shaving his beard?
Yes, we were. Then that happened.
This is that's like the curse of this panel is almost every time we've done this panel, a fire alarm has been pulled.
Well, no. Then there was also 2013 where your computer updated halfway through the panel on us.
Yeah, nothing like if you ever want to hear about the bloopers and terrible things that have happened during this panel, feel free to ask.
Let's see, we lost episode 13.
Oh yeah, episode 13 is corrupted and 13th Angel got a hold of that one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's
my computer updating in the middle of this panel was a fun one.
Your computer updating in the middle of a 2-hour panel was awesome.
Oh yeah. Let's see what else is bad has happened to us. The fire alarm was the best one.
Yeah, I think the fire alarm was the best one that happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, if you find the episode that we did at Anime Iowa 2015,
just cuts off.
You can hear me swearing my ass off.
And then I
the fire alarm.
And then I blamed Ragbride when we came back.
Oh God, yeah.
Yo.
Hey. Thank you.
All right, we got time for maybe one or two questions.
We still have 10 minutes.
Yeah, we still got to announce the other stuff.
Okay, we're gonna do one more question, then we have to announce the new project. So who wants the last word? Somebody who hasn't asked one yet.
Come on, anybody.
Come on, anybody.
Don't be shy.
Bueller.
It doesn't even have to be about Ava.
Yeah, we'll talk about anything else.
Ask us about professional wrestling. We love that stuff. Yes. He left a convention to go to a Ring of Honor Chikara split show.
Yeah, I did that in 2012 when I had a free badge to ASEN too.
Shiloh.
What's your favorite type of suplex?
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot actually. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a tough call. I mean, I'm partial to the fisherman suplex, but I mean, it's hard to go against the German
exploder.
Northern Lights is always a quality one when you can execute the bridge correctly.
Which no one can.
Would you consider a brainbuster to be a suplex?
It's more of a modified DDT by definition.
Okay.
But
no, if we had our friends Billy and Lesser here, you could get magic conversations out of those two.
Oh my God! If we had Lesser here, we could be talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling all day long.
Yeah, that's ASA next year.
Oh
okay, so all right. Shall we announce the new project?
Yeah, we might as well. So, without further ado, because this is the last episode of the Dummy Plug podcast. Yeah, I know. We wanted to move on to something different.
We've talked Ava to death, like we really have.
Like we have run this thing into the ground.
Yeah.
Until we get the fourth movie, we've got nothing. So the name of the new project that we're doing that you can all start to look for when we start actually recording crap. Square One. We are calling it Square One. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because...
Well, because first off, I'd like to thank Gyron for making this wonderful logo for us. He worked very hard this past week to get it done for us. We actually didn't come up with the name of this thing until last week. And
no, it was 2 weeks ago.
No, it was like last week, and then we've been like bitching about the logo. But anyway, we got this. We finally got this thing done, and this is the new logo. And I absolutely love and thank Gyron for all his hard work because he works for free and he doesn't have to.
But
he
really should charge us for this. Yeah, he really should charge us for this crap.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't record that. He might actually start.
Oh, please.
We'd pay him. We wouldn't care if he asked us for money. We'd pay.
Yeah,
him.
I'd give him $5.
But so this is again the new project is Square One, and
never said it'd be a lot of money.
And Rob, what are we going to be talking about for Square One?
Well, just anything. It's like it's just basically an all-encompassing anime podcast. So I mean, let's be completely honest. When you talk about a show, you kind of pigeonhole yourself into like one specific area, and the anime is just like this massive universe of different things you can talk about. And every anime fan is going to have different opinions about everything with anime related. And you know what? There's also other stuff that's part of the anime community that isn't necessarily anime because of all you losers playing Pokemon Go.
Team Mystic for life.
Oh my God! Shut up. Thanks, Sarge.
But yes. So yeah, that's why we're doing it. We just want to. There's so much other stuff to talk about besides Ava.
Yeah, because I like other stuff in the anime community besides Ava. And
so we're going to talk about Ergo Proxy, right?
Yeah,
actually, I do like Ergo Proxy. So
yeah, I mean, we're looking at doing like synopsis on like Ergo Proxy.
That was the first anime I saw. I had no clue.
Oh my God, dude!
Nobody does still.
I know.
Here's the thing. I've watched Ergo Proxy, and I actually at a different panel, I actually complained about Ergo Proxy because I found a lot of flaws.
I found out what happened. So, one of the writers failed out of philosophy.
Well, suddenly it all makes sense.
That explains a lot.
There was an epiphany. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. He has no clue what he's talking about.
Nope.
He thinks he knows philosophy, and he doesn't.
Yeah, and that's really the thing. Like, there was so much about Ergo Proxy I didn't like that I just could not.
I still would watch it like once every.
I mean, you know what? To be fair,
at least the ending theme is good.
With this, there's like
Radiohead.
I just thought of a good idea.
What?
We can talk about our most favorite animes that people wouldn't consider to be good animes.
I actually dropped Ergo Proxy off of the Anime Game Show Explosion question list.
Really?
Because I couldn't find a question that anyone would fucking get.
Yeah.
What is the ending theme? That is the only thing.
I don't blame.
Well, no, there's even arguments over that.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that one.
Because
I replaced it with a question about psychopaths.
Good idea.
Good choice. I'll give that to you.
Like, you want to have no clue what's going on and still watch.
So wait, hold on. Now that we've announced a new thing and what we're going to be doing next, I want somebody to ask us a question about something that's not Ava, that's not Shiloh.
Yes, Gendo.
Which one of you is it that hates Gurren Lagann?
This guy right here.
You go straight to hell.
I already went there. I'm already there. I'm an Ava fan.
Any other?
Wait, hold on. What?
Why do you hate it?
I don't like the characters. I think it relies on the whole drill joke way too often. I don't like time skips in anime. That's my main complaint with 3.33. I'm not a big fan of the animation style, to be completely honest. And you know what? I just don't find it to be enjoyable. And I've watched it several times.
I like everything you just said.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What? I'm confused.
I know,
what
right?
do you mean?
Yeah, that's exactly 3.33.
Ooh.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the problem. Anno still does a better job with an hour and a half than Gurren Lagann does in how many episodes it is.
But you know what's going on in Gurren Lagann.
Okay.
Yes.
Yo, I know it. I think it's stupid.
All right. One more question, because I know I'll let you guys get out of here. One more non-Ava related question. Fox, what do you got, bud?
Yeah, Doc.
Do you think Ragyo from Kill la Kill at least washes her damn hands afterward?
No. By the way, I haven't finished that series, and I'm never going to.
That scene in the bath.
Yeah, that's what made me stop watching it, because that is the creepiest thing I've ever watched.
Oh my God.
Just wait.
No, I'm not finishing that series. I refuse to. No, I'm not finishing that series. I refuse to, because once you played that card, that is an instant you are done card in my book with anime.
can go further.
It goes further.
It gets
way
great.
further.
So yeah.
I mean,
I have no reason.
That was like one of those, oh my god, what the hell did I just watch things?
I think I threw it when I.
You know what? Here's the thing. We complain about how sick and disgusting Shinji is in End of Eva with that one scene. Kill la Kill's worse.
You do realize the guys who made Kill la Kill used to work on Eva?
Yeah, that explains a lot. That explains why they're so deranged.
But
now Trigger's just like...
Trigger's just out of their minds.
Yeah.
Everybody in this industry's out of their minds.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just got done watching Space Patrol Luluco.
That was great.
That was amazing. All the reference stuff was just.
I know. They referenced Kill la Kill. They referenced
Little Princess Academia, or Little Witch Academia. They did Inferno Cop. They did. There was a really small nod to Ninja Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody got a non-disgusting, non-Ava question? No, Shiloh, from someone else. Sorry.
Come on. I haven't heard much from this side of the room. I want someone from this side.
You're part of this.
Ask us for like anything. How about anime recommendations? What we're watching? Saitama, what do you got, bud?
Monster Musume, yay or nay?
In terms of what?
I'm just saying to piss my friend off.
I mean, in terms of a harem show, it's really not that bad. If you know.
Oh, it's a harem anime? Nope.
It's actually really good.
I mean, here's the thing. I watch it. I don't.
If he's gets with one of those girls, he gets beat the shit out of him.
Unfortunately, I'm not a big harem anime guy because they just follow the same tropes. It's like, no thanks.
Literal last question because we do have to go.
Okay, have you guys watched Berserk?
Yes,
the original series and the new one I'm watching now.
You're watching the new one. What do you think of the new one? Like, what do you think of Guts' character development?
Not enough yet.
Here's the thing: like, if you have to have seen the original series because it's a direct continuation. As for where Guts is mentally and as a character, I think he's right about where he should be after having experienced what he did in the original series. The animation style, it's a little bit to wrap around because you're moving from traditional hand-drawn animation to this 3D CGI thing. And that's probably the only thing that anybody who's ever seen the original series would say, I don't like this about. Now, personally, I had issues with the original Berserk, and I spoke my piece on those. But now, because there's this continuation, I'm hoping this does end and wrap up the story a little bit because I refuse to go try and read the manga for this thing. That's just me. I like animation.
You hate manga, apparently.
I don't have time to read. So yeah, as far as Guts' character goes, I think he's where he needs to be. And you're going to see a little bit more, and he's going to start softening up a little bit once he gets the right people around him. But right now, he's just a broken, detached, psychotic, deadly mess. And that's all he needs to be.
Yeah, he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
All right, kids. We got to get this
done. Yeah, we got to run.
So, if you want to get a hold of us, that's how you get a hold of us.
There's business cards up here if you would like one.
Yes, and of course, thanks, guys, for coming. Visit our site. Watch the episode. And if you want to know anything else, just get a hold of us after this. Thank you. This has been the Dummy Plug Podcast. We love y'all. It's been real. Bye-bye.